Look at you. So, thank you. Okay, nothing cool. You talk about selling flowers. Stop interrupting me. Okay, so, I'm sorry you're triggered. I'm sorry you triggered that the Earth's not a ball.
Nothing.
Dude, your flowers grow on a flat Earth, though.
Yeah.
They go up your ass, too.
Yeah,
that's why
someone's triggered
that's
the
why
Earth
they
not a
smell
ball.
so
This
good,
is
bro.
Weird. You're making this weird, man. You're making it weird. So anyway, they lied about the Earth, guys. How did we see Lake Michigan, across Lake Michigan, and we saw the skyline of Chicago from 60 miles away if the Globe said it should be completely blocked by Earth curvature? Oh, doesn't matter. How did we see mountains from 273 miles away?
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
The Globe Earth map says that it should be blocked by a mile of Earth curvature. Or the 273-mile observation, it should be blocked by 3 miles of Earth curvature. Do you guys know how long 3 miles is? Well, think about 3 miles vertically.
You guys want some free information? Free information? Alright. Yo! The Earth is totally flat. Did you guys know that? It's not curving at all. Anywhere you go, not curving. The Earth is flat. It's not curving. I got you guys right here. Earth is flat, baby! Woo! Earth is flat. Earth is flat, guys. Earth is flat. Earth is flat, provably, measurably. There is a creator. You are created. You have a spirit and a soul. You are special. The Earth was created just for you guys. Did you know that? The Earth was created just for you guys.
And if you're a head I'm going to need you to chill. And whenever you get the spins later tonight, when you lay down, guess what you have to do to stop spinning? You have to roll over and throw your feet on the ground because the Earth isn't spinning. I know, that's very profound, huh? The Earth's not spinning. Did you know that you think we're crazy for not thinking the Earth's a ball? And that what the Globe Earth says is that when the sun moves in the sky, it just looks like that. It's actually sitting still. And that during a sunset, you're falling backwards 1,000 miles per hour, which makes the sun look like it's moving. You know what Flat Earth says?
Flat Earth?
The sun moves. Alright, well, there's literally no human being on these streets that are going to stop me from saying it. If you want to have a good time, then realize that they're lying to you, and then you wake up and you all come together and realize that we're all one people. There's the human race, and they're lying to us. Hey, are you guys going to wake up before it's too late? Did you guys realize they're giving us curfews and lockdowns like prisons have? Did you guys realize that we're turning into a prison? We have curfews and lockdowns like prisons do? No big deal. No big deal. I just want to watch Instagram and Facebook. You guys know the Earth's not spinning.
It's the vaccine. Everything about your reality is fake.
Guys, the Earth is flat, just like the ring. Just like the ring.
Just like you're fighting.
We're protected in a vacuum where asteroids can kill them like they did the dinosaurs, and everything came from nothing, and none of that is real. It's all fake. You guys care if they lie to children's brains?
Did you guys know the WWE is more real than NASA? There is more truth in the WWE than NASA. NASA lies. They are giving you cartoons and telling you that it's real. They admit it. It's all CGI. The Earth is actually flat like the wrestling ring. You guys want some information? Have an open mind, look into it when you're bored, try to debunk it.
And you need to wake up to it because they're using this lie to brainwash the world and build a new world order. You guys don't realize the whole world shut down the same day this year that what you're allowed to wear, and you had to buy, sell, and trade. Like you have curfews and lockdowns.
The Earth is not what you've been told.
Just wearing a mask for 2 weeks, then we'll get back to normal. Just 2 weeks. That was a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago.
You guys know the Earth is flat just like the wrestling ring. There is more truth in the WWE than NASA.
Why do you get a real fucking job?
Is that the best you got? Is that the best you got? Just calling people names? We're just saying the Earth is literally more like a wrestling ring than a ball.
Sounds like you've done a lot of drugs.
Not really. I'm pretty sober right now, actually.
Right now.
I don't take experimental drugs like mRNA vaccines, though. I don't know about you guys.
But how did you get on vaccines from wrestling?
Vaccines from wrestling because they're using sports like the NFL to normalize the idea of people losing their jobs for not taking the vaccine. Like the Minnesota Vikings coach just got fired. Well, that's an ignorant statement, bro. God bless you.
The same day as 9/11, they were running the drill with the US military.
More truth in the show you just saw than NASA. More real stuff in the show you just saw than NASA. The wrestling show is more real than NASA. It's still more real than NASA, though. Still more real than NASA. NASA lies, bro. NASA lies.
Like your life. Your life is fake. Wrestling is not real.
There is more truth in the show you just saw than anything you've ever heard from NASA.
Vaccines are real. COVID is as fake as wear a mask outside. We need air to breathe, everybody. Wearing a mask and getting vaccinated, you don't understand
Guys, what you just saw inside is more real than anything NASA has ever done. They lie to you, they're stealing your money. Guys, the wrestling show you just saw is more real than anything NASA has ever shown you. Think about that.
Okay. Actually, I'm sorry you're confused, but let me explain. Do you know what geometry is? Do you know what geometry is? I bet you won't debate me because you get embarrassed on the computer. Hey, so do you know what geometry is? I'll give you $100 cash if you can debate me. No, you'll run away because you're a gambler. Yeah, geometry. That's how you measure a shape. Yeah, geometry. Right. So based on the sphere, it's 3,959 radius. You know, a radius is distance from the center to the edge. That means it curves at inches per mile squared.
Yeah.
Like so what?
Okay, then you get to see the curvature of the Earth at 1.225 times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So if I'm 1 foot off the ground, I see the curvature at 1.2 miles. That's based on the globe Earth then.
Well, it doesn't matter.
So no, you
what
don't
if
just not
they
see the
lied to you
curvature.
about the
It
sun
curves at a
being the
certain
center
rate
of
based on how
everything?
high off the
But
sphere
the
you
Earth
are. It's
is
called
actually the
geometry.
center
It's
of
not
it.
debatable.
Okay.
Well, we
So
tested
that
the
means
surface of
someone
the
put
Earth.
it
It's
here.
not curving.
Oh,
It's not curving at every.
No,
I can see mountains
it's
from
not a religious
273
thing.
miles
The Earth
away.
is
Based on
provably
the
flat
globe Earth
because
map,
we
it should be
falsified the
by
radius.
3
There's no
miles.
curvature.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that like.
No,
so
I'm
It's
talking
not
about
a
we made the
religious thing
observation
because
Mount Kennedy.
I wasn't religious at all until
Yeah.
I realized this place
Yeah.
was put here. You know?
Sure.
So we
it's
saw
not
the
like
Scholar
religion brought me
Chicago
to this.
from
The
60
evidence
miles away
brought me
across
to
Lake
this.
But
Michigan.
you
How's that
can
work?
be you can be religious and also think that the world.
Yeah,
is
but
not
based on the
flat.
globe Earth, it
Yeah,
should be
for
completely
sure.
blocked by
And in
Earth.
fact, the idea of thinking that the Earth is a globe
getting
is
weird,
actually a
isn't it?
religion in and of itself.
Trust me, I thought it was the craziest thing I've
Heliocentrism,
ever heard.
right? Because you can't prove any of
What's,
it, but you just
why would they
believe it,
lie?
you know?
That's a
That's a religion.
reasonable question.
You believe
Well, we
things
give
that you
NASA
can't prove,
$60 million
right?
every day.
I just kind of lost that.
Right, and in addition
what
to
I gain
that,
if I.
Right.
If
they
everyone's
signed the
lying
Antarctic
to
Treaty,
me,
they're
like, I don't
hiding
really
land
gain
and
anything.
resources.
Right, but it
Tons
lets
of
you know
land
that
that
if
could
you're not going to believe what they told you about where you
No,
live.
can
You
you
shouldn't
fall
believe
off a
what they
lake?
tell you about anything else. You shouldn't believe
can't
when they
fall
tell
off
you
a
that you
lake.
need lockdowns.
Well, there could be a container that comes down and way more land and water.
This is about questioning authority.
Yeah, because it's illegal to go there.
Hope you have a blessed
Do you
night.
know what's there?
Thanks.
You might not even be real. I don't know.
Do you know what's there? Of course not. It's illegal to go there.
You're not even real.
You're not even real. That's how we know the Earth's a ball. You're not even real. No, you can't fall off a lake. That's dumb. So can you fall off a shore or a pond or the shore of an ocean?
What, this stuff?
Right.
Yeah. Tell them the QR code will work
So
later.
anyway, and of course the container, which we know we have a container on the Earth that could touch down. I think it's the second one. And there could be way more land outside of it. Ancient maps show dozens of more continents outside of Antarctica. But you guys would rather attack us that researched it, trying to wake you up, and just sit there ignorant and not even know that there's an area out there you don't know about. How weird is that? How weird is that you attack us trying to wake you up and tell you that they're lying to all of us? Isn't that kind of weird? Isn't that kind of weird? It's for intents and purposes, it's like it's so little around during the Nazi regime. Like, I think the government's trying to take over. We shouldn't believe them, man. This is getting weird. And then everyone's like, you're a conspiracy theorist. And guess what happened? What happened after that? Lots of people died, didn't they? Yeah, I can't even talk. I'll get kicked off YouTube. They're giving you lockdowns and curfews. They're building a new world order. It's on the back of your U.S. dollar, by the way. New world order.
There you go.
Appreciate a guy like
It's
this.
on the back of your dollar.
There
New
we go,
world
man.
Yeah, I
order.
appreciate you
You
guys.
got it.
This is getting weird.
He's traveling around the country right now doing it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys know there's not a spinning
Real
ball in
deal
a
right
vacuum
here,
because it
For
literally
sure,
can't be
man.
in
Well, I'll
enterprise
keep you guys
physics.
in mind. We need more
Including the second law
revolutionary
of
guys like
thermodynamics and
him.
fluid
For
static.
sure.
I live in the suburbs, but yeah, in our cities like this, there's so much bullshit.
Hey,
yeah.
if
They
the
fucking try to
surface
fool you
isn't
with.
curving
Yeah.
anywhere,
Thanks for having
what
my
is
mind.
it?
Yeah.
Huh. It's probably flat. So if the Earth is flat in California and in Florida and in Minnesota and in New York and in Japan and China and in Australia, then where's it curving? This is getting weird. We measure the surface of the Earth.
Earth is flat.
It's a topographical plane. It has mountains and valleys. It's a topographical plane, provably. Antarctica is known to have the highest altitude, the highest elevation in the world. Okay? It contains the water.
Yo, did you see where Joshua
There's an
went?
ice ring
Oh,
around
I
you.
lost
It's
it when I
illegal
went
to go
across the
there.
street. I don't even know where he's at right now.
Did you know what would prove the Earth's a ball?
he's right
You
there.
could circumnavigate it north to south. You just come around the ball and you shut up the stupid flat earthers. Pretty easy, right? Did you know it's never been done in the history of mankind? It's illegal to even try to do it. Do you guys think it's just a coincidence? It's never been done before? It's never been done. It's illegal to try it. You think it's just a coincidence? You guys don't have to know anything about it. As long as you just make fun of me and call me names, that makes the Earth a ball. Did you know you're defending the government that worked with Nazis? That's getting weird. It's called
Operation Paperclip.
They
Operation
admit they worked with
Paperclip.
Nazis. Did you know that NASA means to deceive in Hebrew? Probably just a coincidence. What's up, bro?
How dare you?
Oh, to deceive, has a sitcom going through it, worked with Nazis, lied and said they brought moon rocks back from the moon landing, gave them to different governments. One of them were Holland. Holland tested the moon rocks and found out they were petrified wood. I don't think if you really went to the moon and had moon rocks, you'd have to lie about having moon rocks, would you? Did you know they said they can't go back because they destroyed the technology? Did you know they said they accidentally were all over the telemetry data that would prove the moon landing? It's getting weird, isn't it? So they accidentally lost and erased all of the evidence. They brought back fake moon rocks. They said they can't go back because they destroyed the technology and they can't replicate the technology from 1969. This is weird. A bunch of people are like, oh, you think that you didn't see where they just went to space? What about Jeff Bezos? He just went to space. Well, let's hear Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of the world's most famous astrophysicists on the globe Earth side, talk about how supposedly Jeff Bezos just went to space and saw the curvature of the Earth. Let's see what the world-renowned astrophysicist has to say.
Oh, by the way, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you. Do you know how high up above the Earth he was?
Yeah.
If you take a
63 miles.
Well, yeah, so take a schoolroom globe, and that's how high above it is he? So he's about 2 millimeters above the surface of a schoolroom globe. So nobody's seen the curvature of the Earth from that height. I just want to make that clear.
No, this is getting awkward. This is getting awkward. So they didn't actually go to space. There were still clouds at that elevation, and they admit they can't see the curvature from that height. But if you watch CNN, then Jeff Bezos will say, I saw the curvature of the Earth. Why are they lying if there is really a ball? This is so weird. Did you know that they lied? Have you ever heard of Felix Baumgartner supposedly jumped from 128,000 feet, a Red Bull jump, and he did somersaults and passed out when he came down, and he said he could see the curvature of the Earth? Well, guess what happened? Flat Earthers sent high altitude balloons up 120,000 feet, and we found out you don't see the curvature of the Earth up there. The horizon's still horizontal and flat. So then they came out on national television and said, well, it was actually a fisheye lens that imposed curvature on the horizon. It just looked like it was curved. It's actually flat from there. Well, why'd they show the whole world of fake curvature then if there's nothing to lie about?
The guy on your left is so triggered. The security
How come
guard
when we were in elementary school and middle school, we had Bill Nye tell us the way we know the Earth's a ball is because boats disappear over the horizon. And then I go out to the ocean consistently, and I film the boats, and it looks like it disappears, and then I zoom in, and I can see the boat again. Did I X-ray vision through the curve of the Earth? No. Boats look like they disappear based on angular resolution until you increase optical zoom and you zoom in. Did I zoom into the curve of the Earth? The real question is, why did they lie to you and tell you that proves the Earth's a ball when it's a blatant lie? Why'd they tell you could see the curvature from Felix Baumgartner's jump, but you can't? That's a blatant lie. Why did Jeff Bezos just say he could see the curvature whenever astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson admits you can? That's a blatant lie. You normally don't have to lie a lot when you're telling the truth, do you? This is weird. You guys can't admit the reoccurring theme here, that the governmental agency that worked with Nazis has lied consistently about everything, and yet you blindly believe them. Do you guys think the government would ever lie? Would the government ever lie? You know the government that put fluoride in your water that's a neurotoxin and an ingredient found in rat poison but told you it's so you have pretty teeth? You know, the same government that condoned the Tuskegee experiment where they injected different African Americans with syphilis? You know, the same government that lied about the Vietnam War and said they attacked us, and they've come out and admitted that they blew up their own ship and made it look like it was them.
Declassified.
Declassified. So people were protesting the Vietnam War. They were like, we don't want to go to war with Vietnam. Leave them alone. So you know what the U.S. government did? They came in with a PSYOP, a false flag. They blew up our own ship, and they claimed Vietnam did it. They came on the news and said, Vietnam attacks America. And everyone's like, go get them. Now they've come out a few decades later and said, well, actually, we attacked our own ship. We just made it look like that. That's like a trustworthy group of people right there. Yeah. You trust the government?
The Earth is flat.
How do we see mountains from 273 miles away on a globe Earth and it's supposed to be 1.3 miles of curvature? It's okay. Steve was literally standing right beside you. Doesn't have the ball to say anything. Then he gets across the street. Now he's a tough guy. Now he's a tough guy across the street screaming. What a loser. He was literally right here.
360-degree camera.
At the show or at the...
No, we're the new heel of wrestling. We're called the Flat Earthers.
The Flat Earthers?
Yeah.
You got a card?
Yeah, man.
Rock on, brother.
Scan that, or you can just go to the website on the other side.
Flat Earthers.
Something to watch.
Open your
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. I used to watch it all the time, and it takes real athletic talent.
Well, we can watch on YouTube or we can watch on whatever the fuck. There's all kinds of shit that everybody wants to hide from
For sure.
the public.
Yeah.
Giants.
Giants. You know about giants? Book of Enoch? Okay. What if the aliens are just fallen angels, though?
They are.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Right.
Well, if you want to put it in the Bible, biblical point.
Right.
There's like 4 different kinds, though. They're living here on Earth. It's too big.
Yeah,
They can hide.
I don't personally agree with that. If anything, it's like an
Did you watch the
ancient.
movie They Live?
I have, yeah. Yeah, but in my opinion, I interpret that differently than you do because I don't think aliens, I think demons. You know?
Well, those two. Hell is here on Earth.
Yeah, that's why we're here trying to wake people up. You know?
When I go from this world, I'm going up.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere that's going to be nice.
Yeah. Are you religious or are you spiritual? Yeah. Okay. That's good.
I'm not afraid of the devil or the demons.
Yeah. When God's got your back, there's no
They don't
retreat,
fuck with
right?
me.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. Exactly.
I'll throw down. But, okay, he's talking crazy shit. This other
Look
guy's
at that puppy
talking
dog
crazy
up
shit.
there.
Yeah.
You know, we're just out here playing with people and selling flowers.
I hear that. You're trying to make your hustle. We're
I'm not
trying
even
to.
trying to hustle, I'm just having fun.
Yeah. Right on.
About it.
To be honest, we're doing the same thing. Like, not necessarily that we want to be out here, but we feel called to be out here. We feel like we got to be
I'll
doing
give this girl a great compliment.
See, you walk away with it. Actually curving, you just can't tell. Whenever the Earth's not spinning, the button says, well, you don't feel the Earth spin because it's not spinning. You know what the Glover said?
You guys know the Earth is flat?
1,000 miles per hour. You just can't feel it. That's belief. You don't believe in science. First of all, you don't have to believe in science. Belief is antithetical to science.
for you?
It's the opposite. Science is something that you empirically prove. Pseudoscience is what you have to believe in. When they say stuff like, well, you see the stars, but they're actually not there anymore. You can just see them. They're actually thousands of light years away. Don't worry, we didn't measure them. But we mathematically came up with how far away they'd have to be so that we don't see them move anymore. Right? So since the Earth's actually spinning,
You know the Earth is flat?
You have to do math to prove
Earth
well,
is
it has to
flat?
be at least thousands of light years away.
The Earth is
because
flat.
You don't see them change.
It's not curving.
Well, that's not science. That's called pseudoscience. Just like whenever the theory of relativity says space and time bend and warp, that's what gravity is, but there's no scientific evidence for it. And you can't have physical properties within concepts. Can you bend freedom? Can you bend love? No, it's dumb. There's no scientific evidence for gravity. When I drop my phone, guess why it falls? Because it's more dense than the air. When I drop a helium balloon, it goes up. Is it gravity proof? No, it's less dense than the surrounding air. It's lighter than the surrounding air. That's why it goes up. It's called relative density. The only evidence for gravity is, well, if the Earth's the ball, gravity has to exist. Literally. And I don't think astrophysics professors know about that. So you should probably
I lost
think
Joshua.
about
I don't know where
this.
he's at.
It's the biggest lie ever told. It's the biggest lie ever
I
told.
hope he's alright. Where's he at? I don't know.
They told you that you're in this ever-expanding universe of nothingness.
The
where everything
wrestlers
came
are
from
like
nothing.
coming out over
Lightning
there.
struck
Yeah,
primordial
I went over there and yelled a
supernovae
bunch of
turned
flat
into
earth
fish, and
stuff.
we're like, man, this water's whack. Let's go jump up out of here and turn into rodents that turn into apes that turn into humans. That's a bunch of pseudoscience. The Earth is geocentric. That means the center of everything, which means it was created, which means you were created. You might want to get right with the Creator. They drew a circle around you. They told you you're not allowed to leave the circle. There's a container over top of the Earth. That's the only way you can have gas pressure. You're protected. You're special. You're the center. The Earth is the center of everything, and it has a container. It's not just some tiny speck of dust shooting through space about to get hit by an asteroid, and randomly you could die. That's ridiculous. You know, whenever NASA comes out and said, asteroid can hit the Earth, guess how many flat earthers lost sleep? 0. Guess how many flat earthers ran around scared of the air for the last year and a half? 0. See, once you see through this lie, you see through all the lies. That's why we're trying to wake you up. Do you support every major world country agreeing to a treaty that says that the peasant civilizations aren't allowed to explore the Earth freely? It's called the Antarctic Treaty. Do you guys support that? Do you support the world's government saying that we're not allowed to privately explore? No, just don't answer. Just make fun of me. Just make fun of me. It makes the Earth a ball. Do you support the world's governments all signing a treaty that says it's illegal for you to privately explore past the 60th south latitude? Well, it's called the... Yeah, people have tried and been intercepted. And you don't get due process. And you're not allowed to bring external water or external fuel supply, and you don't get due process. No big deal. Okay, you don't care, but good thing that we don't care if you care.
Hey, flat SmackDown.
Welcome to the WWE Flat SmackDown. WWE Flash SmackDown. The Earth is not a spinning ball in a vacuum. That's dumb.
I've been telling them that the show they just saw is more real than NASA.
Yeah, there you go. The show you just now watched is more real than NASA. Hey, if NASA's so real, why do we see their hands go through lemons and coffee cups and microphones and them get pulled up by harnesses and then glitch out of screens? Why do we see bubbles in space? Have you researched any of it? Then it doesn't matter. You can just be ignorant, and that makes me dumb. Well, hey, if the ISS is real and NASA's telling the truth, then why are their hands going through lemons and coffee cups and microphones? Why are their hands going through microphones? How's that work? Does space have magical physics where you can go through stuff? How come they're completely glitching in and out of the screen? How come they're being picked up on harnesses? Normally when you're telling the truth, you don't gotta lie a lot, do you? This is getting weird. And if NASA lies about one thing, we can't trust anything they say. Well, they good thing they've lied about hundreds of
We
things.
can talk about that.
Did you know that there are dozens of military documents that say
Basically,
the
this
Earth
is a proof
flat?
that the
Why
Earth
does
is
the military
geocentric
say
and
the Earth
placed
is flat?
here, proving a creator.
Probably because it is flat, and if you assume the Earth was a spinning ball, then people would die whenever you make military technology, or you shoot ballistic missiles,
The
or you
scriptures say that the
design
Earth is
military
flat.
planes. They have to assume a flat, non-rotating surface, or they couldn't fly. You know why they're called planes? Because they fly over planes. A lot of people will say, you can see the curvature from a plane, because they'll just Google it. You literally cannot. I just played Neil deGrasse Tyson saying you can't see it from 63 miles. One of the world's most famous astrophysicists for the globe Earth side, saying you can't see the curvature from 63 miles. You think you can see it from 10,000 to 30,000 feet? That's ridiculous. You can't see the curvature from a plane. I know hundreds of pilots. They all say you can't see the curvature of the Earth from the plane. And they fly planes for decades at a time. So how come the pilots say you can't see the curvature of the Earth from a plane? Do you think that pilots dip their nose down the Earth curving down below them? No, they actually dip their nose up. They actually pull their nose up. Do you think that whenever the plane, if you just scream across the street, I'm just going to ignore
almost think we
you.
should
So
go
do you
over
think that
and
planes
give out more
land
cards
on
over
place
where they're
spinning
all
1,000
waiting
miles
by
per
the
hour
way?
east? Do you think they have to count for the
over
Earth
there?
spinning underneath
Yeah.
them? No, they don't. I know hundreds of pilots. How come whenever the U.S. military builds ground weapon systems of towers, they assume the Earth is flat, so the radiation propagation, right? The radio wave propagation will work. You can Google electromagnetic propagation over a flat Earth.mil, and it will be a military declassified document of how they designed ground weapon systems where they had to assume the Earth was flat so that the radio waves would actually work. How come whenever the first radio wave ever sent the Earth was by Marconi, and it was over 2,000 miles, it was 2,200 miles, and then based on the globe Earth math, the radio wave they sent out should have been blocked by curvature of the Earth at 200 miles. Yet the first time that they sent the radio wave 2,000 miles, it hit the target first time, assuming a line of sight. How'd that work? How can you send radio waves 10,000 miles on a globe? Do you guys know how radio waves work? You can't send radio waves 10,000 miles on a globe. So radio waves you want to go over. Well, weapon systems you want to go over. Missiles you want to go over. Weapons you want to go over. Physical force you want to go over. The central thermodynamics you want to go over. Fluid statics you want to go over. What proves you go over? Does anyone know what proves it? Oh, pictures of the Earth from space. So NASA admitted this cartoon, so I guess that doesn't count. Have you guys ever heard of the blue marble, the most famous quote-unquote picture of the Earth from space ever? It was a default picture of the Earth on iPhone wallpapers in the first generation. Do you guys think the blue marble is a real picture?
You guys know Kyrie's right. The Earth is actually flat. Kyrie's right.
They stitch to a flat map surface, wrap it around an assumed sphere, bring it all this down to
Carmela, she like Kardashian.
Hey, who came out?
I don't know. Someone. They were in a car.
That's hilarious. Dude, where the hell did Joshua go?
He's right there.
Oh.
You saw him?
No, where?
Over there.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Do you care if children are being lied to? Do you care if you don't slaves stay to your children? Do you care if your children don't know what freedom is? Guess what? You got to grow up to be free. I guess that's yourself. It should be that the children are free, right? They're just going to be scared of the year and wear masks for the rest of their life. They haven't seen mommy and daddy space for a year and a half. They think curfews and lockdowns are normal. They're going to think that no free speech is normal. They're going to think that no Second Amendment is normal. They're going to think that wearing masks and having curfews and lockdowns is normal. Do you guys not care that the children are going to inherit a slave state from you guys? You don't care? Are you that selfish that you don't care about the future generation? Because you guys are growing up free.
You guys enjoy the show? Pretty good. That show was more real than anything NASA has ever said or done.
The entire world was taken over. What are you going to say?
How dare you?
That's what you're going to say? That's what you're going to say? You're going to say, sorry, I didn't defend your future. I didn't stand up for your rights. I let America become a totalitarian dictatorship because I had to touch the pig for the ground. I was just trying to get my followers up. I was trying to go behind.
NWO shirt.
9 to 5, it has to pay bills.
All
bro.
this is fake.
You guys aren't going to care that the children aren't free anymore? See, just like the children are being lied to, told that they live on a time
They're just worshiping that whoever's going to come out of there next is just a god.
All hell.
Saying, you're just
The golden calf idol.
God's going to come out of the door.
There's nothing special about it. You don't have a spirit. You don't
Man,
have
I'm so
a soul.
glad
You're
that I'm not like
beautiful. You're not
this.
made in the image of the Creator or anything like that. You're an animal. There's nothing special about it. What? Well, we gotta wake up. We gotta stand up to the government.
How dare you?
What do? We always say no. We don't have curfews. No, we don't have lockdowns. No. Exactly. That's what we do. We say no. We don't take what you give us. No, we don't wear masks. No, you don't tell us what we're allowed to do or we're allowed.
Guys, the show was more real than NASA.
What's wrong? Yeah, the sun. Oh yeah. Say it again.
Hey.
Oh, don't say all that. Yeshua's the Messiah.
You know Kyrie Irving? The basketball player, Kyrie Irving? He was right, the earth is flat. We measured it. We studied it the past 5 years. My homie's out here touring the world, telling people that the earth is flat. We got a QR code on the back. It should work later. 360, yeah.
A 360 camera?
I'm saying,
What's
do
up?
you guys not care that
You gotta stand right there. Just stand there.
Yeah, man.
You don't mind?
No, I don't
Take a
care.
picture.
I'm out here doing what I was called to do, you know?
That's why we do this. We do this for the children.
It's honestly
They're
my
being
friend's
told that
camera. I'm
everything
just
came from
using it
nothing,
for,
and they're in a tiny speck of dust in this emptiness. That what's around the earth is just emptiness, blackness, nothingness. And that they can get hit by an asteroid and die at any point in time, just like what killed the dinosaurs.
He's talking about
And they should always be
everything from
scared.
COVID
And
to
if they're
vaccines
animals,
to the flat earth.
and if they
We
came
can only
from
talk
apes,
about so much
and
on
there's nothing
YouTube
special
because they
about
censor us and
even though
they'll
you have
strike
light
us and
inside
kick
your
us off.
body, science
So we
can't
kind of got to
explain intuition
censor
or
it and go
memories.
around it a
But no,
little
it doesn't
bit,
matter.
but
Tell the
we're
children
just
that
here
they're
telling
animals,
people the
that they're
earth
going to get hit by
literally
an
does not
asteroid, and
curve.
that there is a tiny speck
We
of dust
measured
and
it,
we're
long
expanding
distance
universe.
photography.
The truth is,
Yep.
the earth doesn't move. It's the
It's
center
also
of
not
everything.
spinning
The
and
sky
it's the
resets
center
in
of
perfect
everything.
concentric circles around Polaris in the center of the sky, directly over the center of the earth. For all recorded history. Here's the center of everything, which means it was created. Which means those little
How high can
babies
you
that are
go?
being lied to were
That kind of
also
depends
created.
on, like, you know,
Okay, my
commercial
160
flights
IQ
only
disagrees
go
with you,
so
but
high,
you
right?
call me names.
I mean, they're talking about spaceships and not a space in planet.
Yeah, I mean, you can you
You're a
can go up and
moron.
ask him questions because he knows more about it than I do. But what I would say is it's like
So, we should
unless
probably
you
stand up
can
for the
verify
children
that
before
they're
it's
doing
too
what
late,
they
I'm just
say
saying.
they're doing, it's good
Yeah,
to
when I
question
first heard about the
it,
flat earth, I thought it was the
like Jeff
craziest thing I've ever
Bezos
heard.
or the other guy who just said they
Okay,
went.
I definitely thought
They
it was
admittedly
insane.
didn't
I'm
go
like,
high
wow,
enough to
Jesus,
even see the
this is
curvature if
That's
it
how
was a
effective
globe.
they were at the
Neil deGrasse
brainwashing.
Tyson
If you
said
just
that.
hear the words
So,
flat earth together,
you know,
you
they're
think you
lying
now have
to
a
us,
position to call me
trying to
dumb,
tell us that the Earth
right?
is
That you don't have to know
just
how
like
informed I am
this.
or how
It's basically
intelligent I
like
am
trying
or
to
how
tell
many
you that
years
you're
I've
just a
tested it and
speck of
researched
dust
it. You
in
don't
this
have to know anything
ever-expanding
about it.
universe, and you're not
You can
important.
just call
There's
me
nothing special
names.
about you. But when you
Well, it's
realize
kinda like
that
back
this
when
place is
slavery
the
was
center
cool,
of
I guess
everything,
someone went around,
and
they
the
were like,
sky
we should
revolves
free the
around
slaves.
us,
Slavery
that
sucks.
means somebody
You
put
look
it
at the
here,
guy that was like,
so it's created
think
especially
slavery's
for
bad.
us.
That's
You know,
what
so
said.
we're special.
You know nothing
We
about
have powers
anything
that we're not
just
even
attack us
like
because
about. We don't even know about right now. So we're just trying to like peel back the layers of the lies. You know?
Is that on your phone?
This is gonna be. If it's not live streaming now, it's gonna. What? This is a battery pack. So it runs out of battery. I got it. Yeah. I know it looks goofy, but whatever. It's fine.
Which translates to of the Lord. Operation Fishbowl of the Lord.
I need to know about that. It's called a
High
flat.
altitude
It's
missiles
called a
up,
360
mapping
camera,
out the container,
and then we got the flat Earth sticker
exploding
on
at
there.
different altitudes.
But it says a 360
This is
camera.
in 1962.
And
The year after,
it beats the algorithms too, because we can say what we want and they don't trigger it on here.
And they
So,
started shooting missiles
just
up.
because
They
it's a
started
different kind of
exploding at
photography.
different
You
altitudes.
know?
You gotta get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Nice meeting you.
You
I
too, bro.
love what you're.
What's up with that?
Product of.
There's a container over top of the earth.
Got
The
Yeshua
earth's the
right
center of
here.
everything.
And
Did
right
you guys
here.
know
And
that
on
the
his
U.S.
hat
military
right
shot
here.
missiles up and they exploded at different
That's
altitudes? And they
dope.
had to
My
get the
hat
permit?
says the Hebrew name of Yahweh too.
Yahweh, yo.
But they were going to go to the moon in 8 years, and then they started shooting missiles up. And then the year before the moon, the main guy in the
Got you guys,
astronaut
bro. Have a good night.
crew, he came out and said, we can't go to the moon. We can't even get to low Earth orbit. We can't even communicate our own building. We'll never get to the moon by next year. He had a limit on the module. Guess what happened to that guy? He randomly exploded
Sorry, I lost you for a second.
right after that on NASA's facility checking the water.
Yeah, yep. I just had a good
Oh, just
conversation.
a coincidence. And then they replaced him, and then they miraculously got to the moon the next year, but they didn't get to low Earth orbit the year before that.
Oh, the QR
And then
code.
they called the US president
They censor us because of what we're talking about. So later we're gonna update it. It will work later. It's where he's on a tour right now, telling people the truths that are censored on the internet. We're bringing the censored internet to you.